Hi Cancer, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a general monthly tarot reading for the month of August 2021. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you in this moment, of course, to go ahead and like the video. Do leave me a comment down below about your situation, how this reading resonates, or some emojis. And do go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Sorry if I sound tired or exhausted. It is quite early here. As you can see from the lighting. But more importantly, when meditating on your energy overall for the reading, the message that came through was cleaning up to make room. Cleaning up to make room. Everything happens in a reading for a reason. You might feel like you're losing your voice at times, or you might just feel overly depleted or exhausted at this time. Okay, so let me shift this on over, and we're going to pull 6 tarot cards for the month from the Gilded Tarot Royale deck, if I could even pick them up. And as I do some initial shuffling, keep in mind that this is a general monthly reading for the sign of Cancer. Whatever placements that it ends up being for you within your chart all apply. If you're here to hear about a Cancer, more than welcome to join. But do it being general, do take what resonates and leave what doesn't for somebody else. Alrighty? And at this time, I'm accepting requests for personal readings. All you have to do is head down to the description box below where you'll see all the options, pricing, and my email. And I'll definitely get that started for you, okay? Alrighty, with that shuffling done, for our lovely Cancers for the month of August 2021, thank you, Spirit. See if you can see the shuffling. For Cancer, thank you, Spirit. Ooh. Things or certain energies might feel a bit feisty, overwhelming at this time, but throughout the month in general. All right, we're halfway there. We have 3 since you can't see them. But what else do we have for Cancer? Thank you, Spirit. Okay. What else do we have? We have 1 left to go. 1 remaining. Thank you, Spirit, for Cancer. And as you can hear, my voice is coming back, or it's sounding a lot better. We have a bonus card. You might feel as if at one point in the month, whether it's halfway through or whatever it ends up being for you or whenever, your voice just kind of starts to come back. And you're like, oh, okay, beautiful. 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There's an underlying feeling and focus on you feeling a bit burnt out or wounded, or feeling as if life has been a bit of a rough ride or road up until this point. You needing to implement more self-care and take a step back and reevaluate who and what's coming with you as you make your way towards certain changes. Beautiful. All right, so we're beginning the 6 card spread with the 3 of Pentacles. The month begins and you find yourself getting an odd amount of attention. Who's Cancer? Who it feels like you're changing, feels like you're growing, feels like people don't know how to approach you anymore because you're just so different, right? And Spirit's saying if you don't feel that way now, you'll feel this way around the beginning, within this first chunk of the month, allowing for this recognition, this appreciation. At times it might feel as if people are kind of giving a side eye, you know, not really sure how to take it or if it's going to rub. I'm feeling at times it's rubbing you the wrong way. But for the most part, it's a lot of recognition, a lot of appreciation, people seeing you for who you truly are becoming, even if people can't fully put their finger on it or grasp it just yet. And you're like, I'm not sure fully either. I'm still changing. I'm still growing. Finding that your money is truly a focus on your mind to begin the month. Allow for things to just happen. Allow for things to just change. Feeling like to begin the month right off the bat again with the over message, cleaning up to make room. You're pushed to take a step back with all the changes that are happening within and around you to sort of, again, reevaluate energies, people, situations, even things, items. Asking yourself, do I really need this at this time moving forward? Is it essential? Or do I just like the excess clutter, right? Cleaning up to make room in the sense of people and situations as well, to sort of allow for the universe and spirit to come in and replenish you with different forms of abundance, new situations, new people, and things to make you feel fresh and new. The Seven of Pentacles. And you'll find that as soon as you decide to let go of certain people moving forward, and it's that moment or moving forward when you start to do well for yourself due to them potentially hindering you along the way, you'll start to see them kind of be in awe of the success that comes to be for you. As you make your way to the middle of the first half of the month, you'll see you continue to put in the efforts, right? Feeling a little bit wounded once again, feeling a bit burnt out as you feel a bit ultra serious. I'm hearing, why is it so hard? Why does it feel as if at times an obstacle has to pop up just when you're feeling like giving up, or just when you have to put in that extra little bit of effort when it feels most difficult? I'll get there. You know, you needing to push yourself or being pushed by spirit in the universe to give yourself a pep talk when need be, to continue to water that business project, hobby, whatever it is you've been working towards. A lot of you being very goal-oriented at this time. I can do this. I keep feeling the need to say that. A lot of Cancers feeling a bit emotional, or feeling like certain emotions are popping back up, or feeling poked by certain individuals they're wrapped up with at this time. Don't focus on specifics. Allow yourself to kind of take a step back from the details, if that makes sense. At times wanting to kind of point out this and that, or hold people responsible for the way things they've done in the past. It feels like mainly in July, even June. And allowing for yourself to, again, as you're working, as you're putting in the necessary effort, allow yourself to reevaluate how these energies, these situations are affecting you as an individual, how you're able to cope with them in sort of these emotional times, or when you're feeling a bit wounded, and all of which should go into your consideration as you enter what feels like a Queen of Swords mindset, where you're like, okay, this, that, all needs to go, making room, cleaning up, a very kind of springtime sort of feeling. Moving on to the Death card. As you make your way to wrap up the first half of the month, a very Death and Rebirth card from the Light Seers Tarot deck comes through, as you feel a lot is kind of happening around you, changing around you, but you're still changing, growing, evolving within, feeling as if you're starting to, by the end of the first half of the month, shine a bit differently, glow a bit differently, but still feeling sort of like, I'm a bit depleted still. Why is it that people have to make it more difficult? Or why is it that you just, I'm seeing someone kind of shoveling or sweeping, and it's someone just kind of putting their foot in your way, you know, feeling like things are just kind of becoming more difficult due to certain energies once again. But people paying attention and noticing most definitely that you're changing so dramatically. Allowing for people, places, and situations to fall from your life naturally, while you sort of, again, reevaluate, but it feels like you're not implementing any of those big changes just yet, given there's a lot happening within you, occurring within you, that still needs to kind of flow naturally. Remembering you're a water sign, right? As certain emotions still come to be, or you feel like you're still kind of trying to shake them off. Allowing for yourself to remember, as I'm drawn to the rose, that you're still blossoming as an individual, you're still growing, and other people making you feel at times towards the end of the first half of the month that you have to have it all figured out, and it's just not the case, right? You at times feeling like you have to kind of have this sort of guard up, right? The shield from certain factors and energies around you, and Spirit saying, well, that's exactly why you're entering this sort of cleanup phase, if you will. It's time to make room for what you truly deserve, who you truly deserve. Making our way to the second half of the month and spread, we have the Nine of Cups. Cheers to all that you've overcome, all that you've had to deal with up until this point. Feeling like, once again, it hasn't been the easiest ride for you. Allowing for things to smooth out, even out, balance out, as you feel this overwhelming sense of pride take over to begin the second half of the month. Feeling as if, again, things haven't had to be this difficult up until now, but every little thing happens for a reason, right? And now feeling as if you have a new kind of sense of what kind of energies and situations you want to wrap yourself up with moving forward, even as you kind of do a bit of spring cleaning, in a sense, what kind of objects and material things you would like within your situation moving forward. A lot of you Cancers taking on a very simplistic kind of approach, feeling like a lot of clutter, or again, it's not going to do you any good at this point. Being aligned with the Three of Pentacles. Don't be surprised when people notice this kind of change within you, this change of your outlook, this change in approach to situations and your items and other people. And you're like, it is what it is, allowing for things to just flow. Other people almost feeling as if you should be overcomplicating things, or, focusing on every little detail more so, right? When you're taking a step back and allowing for things to kind of unravel and flow as they're meant to. But again, a lot of good notifications, a lot of good messages, a lot of good attention once again coming in for Cancer to begin in this first part of the second half of the month. Now, as I'm being drawn to the fireplace in this one, as well as the candles up here, there's this feeling that your fire within is starting to come back. It's starting to be relit, and it's solely due to you, or the changes that you're starting to implement or thinking about. A lot of you sort of standing up for yourself, giving yourself more credit and more slack for all they've had to deal with and all you've achieved up until this point. Good for you, Cancer. The Eight of Pentacles. As you make your way to the middle of the second half of the month, you'll find yourself kind of keeping your head down as you put in the necessary work towards whatever you're trying to change or implement at this time. Feeling as if other people seem to think you're cutting them out, but when you're just still in that deciding phase, right? Or you're figuring out this and that about your finances, or about your goals, about your situation in general. A lot of you making huge, big decisions, like where to move, or what purchases to make. Feeling as if everything, it feels a bit on a larger scale, right? Especially important wise. Will this work out? What is still changing? And Spirit saying everything. Keep that in mind. Feeling like everything's kind of floating in the air. But at the same time, that uncertainty can be used to your advantage, right? Not, if you at this time not feeling the need to kind of dedicate yourself 1000% to really anything, and that's okay, right? Allow yourself to kind of float through things in a kind of airy, angelic way. With the Seven of Pentacles being aligned, you just feeling a little bit over serious to begin this middle part of the second half, but you'll notice as things proceed, it just kind of lifts, that stress, that overly kind of panicked at times feeling, it doesn't really feel a part of you anymore. And Spirit saying that's because you're disassociating yourself from energies that don't work for you as much at this point in your life, or you're separating yourself from situations that make you feel weighed down, right? And you're lightening your load in a lot of other ways. Again, we were talking about material things and whatnot, allowing for yourself to enjoy this lift, if you will, as again, you feel a bit angelic, a bit lighter, and you may not feel fully like smiling or laughing or just, partying or anything of the sort. Again, feeling very goal-oriented, but just allowing yourself to dust off the cobwebs, given it feels like you're exiting a bit of a rough chapter, right? It'll work out. You'll find yourself seeing small animals that are a reminder, a communication from Spirit in the universe that you're on the right path, or you're about to implement certain important correct changes. All right? And we're moving on to the last and final card, where we have the Moon. I'm hearing this is all about balance. You finding a new sense of balance come into play. Feeling as if you, even though things are getting a bit lighter, a bit healthier for you, is certain emotions that you kind of pushed to the side or built cobwebs at this point still need to be dealt with, right? Feeling as if a lot of you have a huge change on the horizon at the beginning of September. And so, or, soon after that. And so to initiate some of this healing, or to kind of continue or finish it up, wrap it up with a bow, is productive. It feels like a lot of you are clearing out your voice, your throat, feeling like with all the changes you're going through, with all of the changes you're about to implement, it's as if you're clearing your throat, as if it's been a long time coming to speak your voice, get your voice out there, or to be actually heard when you're speaking. And so Spirit's saying, as you move forward, allow yourself to wrap up this month, the month of August, feeling good about all you've overcome and achieved once again, how much you've evolved and changed, and allowing yourself to continue to clean up. All right, Cancer. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to email me about booking a personal reading. Wishing you nothing but the best this time. Sending you love and light, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Cancer.